Everyone, listen to this story from start to end. It is very beautiful, full of emotions, and will touch your heart. You will love it, and it will make you think deeply. Once upon a time, in a small town with narrow streets and colorful houses, there was a little girl named Lily. She had the sweetest smile and the kindest heart. But life was not easy for her. Lily's family was poor, and they struggled every day to have enough food. Her father was a fisherman, and her mother sewed clothes for people in the town. Even though they worked very hard, money was never enough. Lily never asked for much. She did not have fancy toys, new clothes, or big birthday parties like other kids. But there was one thing she always dreamed about: ice cream. She loved ice cream more than anything in the world. She saw other children eating it on hot days, their faces lighting up with happiness. She wished, just once, she could have one too. One summer afternoon, Lily walked past Mr. Johnson's ice cream shop. The smell of fresh waffles and sweet vanilla filled the air. Her heart raced as she saw a little boy buying a big cone with 2 scoops. He licked it slowly, enjoying every bite. Lily sighed and held her stomach. She was hungry, but she knew she could not afford it. As she turned to leave, Mr. Johnson, the kind old man who owned the shop, saw her. He had been watching Lily for a long time. He knew she never bought ice cream, but always looked at it with longing eyes. "Hey, little one," he called out with a warm smile. "Would you like some ice cream?" Lily's eyes widened. Her cheeks turned red. I don't have any money," she whispered, looking down. Mr. Johnson chuckled. "That's okay. Today it's my treat." He scooped a big, creamy vanilla ice cream into a cone and handed it to her. Lily held it like it was the most precious thing in the world. She took a small lick, and her face lit up with pure joy. It was the best thing she had ever tasted. "Thank you, sir. Thank you so much," she said, her eyes sparkling. That day, something changed in Lily's heart. She realized how a small act of kindness could bring so much happiness. She promised herself that one day she would also help others the way Mr. Johnson helped her. Years passed. Lily grew up, and life remained difficult. Her parents fell sick, and she had to work hard to support them. She cleaned houses, ran errands, and helped old ladies carry their bags from the market. She never complained. One winter evening, she saw a little boy sitting alone near a bakery. He was shivering, his clothes were torn, and his face looked sad. Lily walked up to him. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. The boy looked up with teary eyes. "I'm just cold," he said. Lily felt a deep ache in her heart. She remembered the kindness Mr. Johnson showed her years ago. Without thinking twice, she took off her scarf and wrapped it around the boy. Then she reached into her pocket, found a few coins, and went inside the bakery. A few minutes later, she returned with a warm bun and a cup of hot milk. "Here, eat this," she said, handing it to him. The boy's eyes widened. "For me?" Lily smiled. "Yes, eat up." As the boy ate, a single tear rolled down his cheek. "Thank you," he whispered. At that moment, Lily felt something warm in her heart. She understood what true happiness was. not having riches, but sharing what little she had with someone who needed it. Years later, Lily became a woman. Life was still tough, but she never forgot the kindness she received as a child. She worked hard, saved money, and finally opened a small ice cream shop of her own. She named it the Ice Cream Girl, in memory of the little girl she once was. But there was one special rule in her shop. Every child who could not afford ice cream would get one for free. Children from poor families came running to her shop, their eyes full of hope. Lily always greeted them with a smile and gave them ice cream, just like Mr. Johnson did for her. She never turned anyone away. One day, an old man walked into her shop. His hair was white, his back slightly bent, but his eyes were still warm and kind. Lily looked at him and gasped. "Mr. Johnson?" she whispered. The old man smiled. "It's been a long time, hasn't it?" Tears welled up in Lily's eyes. She ran to him and hugged him tightly. "You changed my life," she said. Mr. Johnson patted her head. "And now you're changing others' lives. I'm proud of you." That evening, as the sun set, Lily sat outside her shop, watching happy children enjoy their ice cream. She thought about the past, about hunger, struggle, kindness, and hope. She realized something very important. Life is not about how much we have, but how much we give. And so, the Ice Cream Girl became a legend in the town. People came not just for ice cream, but for love, warmth, and the feeling that kindness still existed in the world. So, dear listener, remember, kindness is a small thing, but it can change someone's whole world. Maybe one day you will be someone's Mr. Johnson. Maybe one day you will be someone's ice cream girl. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful stories like this. It takes hard work to create such wonderful stories, and your support means everything. Thank you for listening, and always remember, kindness is the sweetest thing in the world. Lily's ice cream shop became more than just a place to buy sweet treats. It became a home for kindness, a place where love was served in every scoop. The children who once came for free ice cream grew up, but they never forgot the warmth they felt in Lily's shop. One cold evening, as the shop was about to close, a young man walked in. His clothes were neat but simple, and his eyes held a deep gratitude. Lily looked at him and felt like she had seen him before. "Good evening, Mum," he said, smiling. Lily smiled back. "Welcome. What would you like?" The young man hesitated for a moment, then said, "I don't need ice cream today. I just wanted to say thank you." Lily tilted her head. "Thank you. Have we met before?" The young man nodded, his eyes shining with emotion. "You probably don't remember, but years ago I was a little boy sitting alone in the cold. You gave me a scarf, a warm bun, and hot milk. That night, I was so hungry, and I thought no one cared about me. But you showed me kindness." Lily gasped, her heart pounding. She remembered that winter evening, the boy with the sad eyes. The young man continued, "That moment changed my life. I promised myself that one day I would also help others, just like you helped me." He reached into his bag and pulled out an envelope. I know you've been giving free ice cream to children for years. I want to help you keep doing that. Lily opened the envelope and found a check inside. Her eyes widened. It was a large amount, enough to keep her shop running for a long time. Tears welled up in her eyes. I don't know what to say. The young man smiled. You don't have to say anything. Just keep doing what you do. Keep spreading kindness. Lily wiped her tears and looked at him with pride. You grew into a wonderful person. The young man chuckled. Because I had a wonderful teacher. That night, Lily sat in her shop, holding the envelope close to her heart. She realized something beautiful. Kindness never ends. It spreads, grows, and comes back in ways we never expect. The years passed, and Lily grew older. Her hair turned silver, but her smile never faded. Children still came to her shop, and she still gave free ice cream to those in need. But now, people from all over the town came to help her. They donated money, volunteered to work, and made sure that the kindness Lily had started never stopped. One evening, as Lily sat outside her shop, watching the sunset, she heard a little girl's voice. Excuse me, Mom. Lily turned and saw a young girl, about 8 years old, looking up at her with big, hopeful eyes. Yes, dear, Lily asked gently. The girl hesitated, then said, I don't have any money, but I really want to taste ice cream. Lily's heart melted. She smiled warmly, stood up, and scooped a big, creamy cone of vanilla ice cream. She knelt down and handed it to the girl. For you, she said. The little girl's face lit up with pure joy. She took a small lick, and just like Lily once did, she closed her eyes and smiled. Thank you so much, the girl said, hugging the cone as if it was the most precious thing in the world. Lily chuckled softly. Enjoy, my dear, as she watched the little girl walk away, happily, licking her ice cream. Lily's heart filled with warmth. She knew that one day this little girl might grow up and pass on the kindness, just like she did, because kindness never dies. It lives on in every heart it touches. And so, the legend of the ice cream girl continued, not just in the town, but in the hearts of everyone who heard her story. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful and meaningful stories. Your support helps bring more amazing stories to life. Thank you for listening. And remember, kindness is the sweetest thing in the world. Years passed, and Lily's little ice cream shop remained a special place in the town. People called it the Shop of Kindness. It was more than just a place to buy ice cream. It was a place of love, warmth, and hope. Lily had grown older. Now, her hair had turned completely white, and wrinkles lined her face, but her spirit was still as bright as ever. She still greeted every child with a warm smile, still handed out free ice cream to those in need, and still believed in the power of kindness. One evening, as she was cleaning up, a teenage girl walked in. She looked nervous, holding something behind her back. Lily turned and smiled. Hello, dear. Would you like some ice cream? She asked kindly. The girl shook her head. No, I actually came here for something else, she said softly. She slowly brought her hands forward and placed a small box on the counter. Lily looked at it with curiosity. "What's this?" The girl smiled shyly. "Open it." Lily carefully lifted the lid, and inside was a beautifully decorated cake. On top, in pink icing, were the words, "Happy Anniversary, Ice Cream Girl." Lily's eyes widened. She looked up at the girl in surprise. You remembered?" The girl nodded. "Everyone in town remembers. Today marks 50 years since you opened this shop. 50 years of kindness. 50 years of free ice cream for children who needed it. 50 years of love." Tears welled up in Lily's eyes. She placed a trembling hand over her heart. She never expected that people had been counting the years. Suddenly, the bell above the shop door rang again. One by one, people started coming in. Old men, young women, little children, families, so many people that the shop was soon full. Lily recognized many of them. Some were children she had given free ice cream to years ago, now all grown up. Some were parents who had once been poor kids themselves, coming to show their gratitude. One man stepped forward. He had grey hair now, but his kind eyes had never changed. It was Mr. Johnson, the man who had given Lily her first ice cream so many years ago. "Lily," he said warmly, "do you remember the day I gave you your first ice cream?" Lily nodded, her eyes brimming with emotion. "I remember it like it was yesterday." Mr. Johnson smiled. "Back then, I gave you a scoop of ice cream, but today, you have given the whole world something much sweeter. Love, kindness, and hope." The crowd clapped and cheered. People took turns hugging Lily, thanking her, telling her how she had changed their lives. A little boy tugged at her dress. "Miss Lily, can I have some ice cream?" Lily chuckled, wiping her tears. "Of course, my dear. Free, just like always." She scooped a big cone and handed it to him, just as she had done thousands of times before. The boy took a big lick and grinned. That night, Lily sat outside her shop, watching the stars. Her heart was full. She had lived a simple life. She never became rich, never traveled the world, never owned fancy things, but she had something far greater. Love from the people whose lives she had touched. And as she closed her eyes, she thought to herself, This is what true happiness feels like." The legend of the ice cream girl would never be forgotten. It would live on in the hearts of those who had felt her kindness, in every child who had tasted the sweetness of her love, and in every person who learned that the smallest act of kindness could change a life forever. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful and meaningful stories. It takes hard work to create such heartfelt stories, and your support means everything. Remember, kindness is the sweetest thing in the world. Thank you for listening.
Chapter 1. Best Job in the World. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Sam. Sam was kind, hard-working, and always had a big dream in his heart. He wanted to find the best job in the world, but he didn't know what that job was. One evening, as he sat under a big old tree, he sighed and said, "What is the best job in the world? Where can I find it?" An old man sitting nearby smiled and said, "Ah, the best job? That is a great question, young boy. But to find the best job, you must first go on a journey. Are you ready?" Sam's eyes lit up. Yes, I will go anywhere to find the best job. The old man nodded. Then listen carefully. You must travel to 3 different places. In each place, you will meet someone who will teach you something important. Only after that will you truly understand what the best job in the world is. Sam felt excited and a little nervous, but deep in his heart, he knew he had to go. He packed a small bag and started his journey. His first stop was a big city. Tall buildings, busy streets, and people rushing everywhere. Sam had never seen such a place before. He walked and walked until he saw a man wearing a suit, holding a briefcase. The man looked important and powerful. Sam ran up to him and asked, "Sir, is your job the best job in the world?" The man looked surprised. Then he laughed and said, "I am a businessman. I make a lot of money, and I have a big house and a fast car. Many people think my job is the best." Sam's eyes widened. "Wow, that sounds amazing. So are you happy?" The man suddenly became quiet. He looked down at his shoes and sighed. "I have everything, but I feel empty. I have no time for my family. My children don't know me. My wife is lonely. My heart is full of money, but it has no love. So no, this is not the best job in the world." Sam felt sad for the man. He thanked him and continued his journey. Next, he arrived at a small town by the sea. There, he met a fisherman who was singing while fixing his fishing net. The man looked so happy and peaceful. Sam asked, "Sir, is your job the best job in the world?" The fisherman smiled. "On my job? I catch fish, I feed my family, and I enjoy the sea. It is a simple life, but it is beautiful." Sam was curious. "Then are you happy?" The fisherman nodded. "Yes, I am happy. But sometimes when there is no fish, my children go hungry. When the storm comes, I cannot work. I love my job, but it is not the best job in the world because it does not always take care of my family." Sam thought about this deeply. He thanked the fisherman and walked away. His last stop was a quiet village in the mountains. There, he saw a woman sitting under a tree with many children around her. She was telling them stories, and the children were listening with big smiles. Sam walked up to her and asked, "Ma'am, is your job the best job in the world?" The woman laughed softly. "I am a teacher. I teach these children how to read, how to dream, how to be kind. I do not make much money, but my heart is full." Sam felt something warm in his chest. "So, are you happy?" The woman nodded. "Happiness is not about money or power. It is about giving. When I see these children grow, learn, and become good people, my heart feels like the richest in the world. To me, this is the best job." Sam sat down beside her and watched the children laugh. For the first time, he understood something deep in his heart. After a long journey, Sam returned home. The old man was waiting under the same tree. "Did you find the best job in the world?" the old man asked. Sam smiled. "Yes, the best job is not about money, power, or even comfort. The best job is the one that fills your heart. It is the one that lets you help others, bring happiness, and make the world a better place." The old man smiled. "You have learned well, my boy. Now go and choose a job that makes your heart shine." Sam nodded. He no longer wanted to chase money or power. He wanted to do something that made him truly happy. Dear listener, do you know what the best job in the world is? It is the one that fills your heart, helps others, and makes life meaningful. No matter what job you do, if you do it with love, kindness, and passion, then that is the best job in the world. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful and inspiring stories. Let's spread love and kindness together. Thank you for listening. Red Heart, you said. Sam's journey had changed him. He no longer saw jobs as just a way to make money. He understood that a job should bring happiness, purpose, and love. But now, he had one more question in his heart. What job should I choose? He sat under the tree, thinking deeply. The old man was still there, watching him with wise eyes. You have learned about jobs that give money, jobs that give freedom, and jobs that give happiness, the old man said. Now tell me, what will you do? Sam took a deep breath. I want a job that makes me happy and helps others. But I don't know what that job is yet. The old man smiled. Then listen, young one. The best job is not the same for everyone. Some people are born to teach, some to heal, some to build, some to protect, and some to create. The question is, what does your heart want to do? Sam closed his eyes and thought. He remembered the businessman. He had money but no happiness. He remembered the fisherman. He had peace but struggled. He remembered the teacher. She had little, but her heart was full. Then he thought about himself. What made him happy? What did he love? Suddenly he remembered something. As a child, he loved helping others. When his friends were sad, he made them laugh. When someone was hurt, he comforted them. He loved to bring smiles to people's faces. His eyes opened wide. I want to help people. I don't know how yet, but I want to make lives better. The old man nodded. Then that is your path. The best job is not something you find. It is something you create. Go and find a way to help the world in your own way. Sam felt a fire in his heart. He didn't have all the answers, but he knew one thing. His job would be one that brought kindness, happiness, and hope. Many years passed, and Sam grew into a wise and kind man. He became a doctor, not just to treat people's sickness, but to heal their hearts. He spoke kindly to his patients, listened to their worries, and treated them with love. One day, an old man came to his clinic. His face was wrinkled, his hair was white, but his eyes still shone with wisdom. It was the same old man from the tree. Sam's heart filled with joy. You are here. The old man smiled. I heard there is a doctor in town whose heart is as kind as his hands. I had to come and see him. Sam laughed. I have you to thank. You sent me on a journey that changed my life. The old man nodded. And now tell me, is this the best job in the world? Sam's eyes softened. He looked around at the people he had helped, the smiles he had brought, and the lives he had touched. Yes, he said with a warm heart. This is the best job in the world. The old man patted his shoulder. Good. Now your job is to pass this lesson on to others. Sam never forgot those words. From that day on, he not only healed people's bodies, but also taught them an important lesson. The best job is not about money, power, or fame. The best job is the one that fills your heart, helps others, and makes the world a little better. And so his story continued, inspiring many more hearts along the way. Dear listener, now it is your turn. What do you love? What makes your heart shine? Find it, follow it, and make the world brighter with your own special job. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful, inspiring stories. Let's spread love, kindness, and wisdom together. Thank you for listening. Red Heart. Years passed, and Sam's name became known far and wide. Not because he was famous, but because he had touched so many lives. People came from distant places just to meet the kind doctor who not only healed wounds, but also healed hearts. One day, a young boy named Liam walked into Sam's clinic. His clothes were torn, and his face was covered in dirt. His eyes were full of sadness. Sam knelt down beside him. "Hello there, young one. What brings you here?" Liam hesitated before whispering, "I don't have a home. I don't have a family. And I don't know what to do with my life." Sam's heart ached. He remembered himself as a boy, sitting under that old tree, wondering about the best job in the world. "Come with me," Sam said, holding out his hand. Liam followed him outside, where the sun was setting in beautiful shades of orange and pink. They sat on a bench, watching the sky change colors. "Liam," Sam said gently, "do you know the most important thing in life?" The boy shook his head. "It is not money, not power, not even success," Sam said. "The most important thing is love. When you have love in your heart, you will always find your way." Liam looked at him with teary eyes. "But I have no one to love me." Sam smiled softly. "That's not true. I care about you, and I believe there are many people in this world who will love you too. But first, you must learn to love yourself." Liam wiped his tears. "But I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what job to choose." Sam chuckled. "Let me tell you a story." And so, he told Liam everything. The journey he had taken as a young boy, the businessman, the fisherman, the teacher, and the lesson he had learned. When he finished, Liam was silent for a long time. Then he asked, "So, if I want to be happy, I should find a job that helps others?" Sam nodded. "Yes, but more than that, you should find a job that makes your heart feel full. What do you love to do?" Liam thought hard. Then slowly he said, "I like to make people smile. When others are happy, I feel happy too." Sam's eyes sparkled. "Then that is your gift. And one day, you will use it to change the world." From that day on, Liam stayed with Sam. He helped around the clinic, ran errands, and learned from the kind doctor. But most of all, he learned how to love, how to care, and how to find meaning in life. Years later, when Liam was grown, he became a teacher. Not just any teacher, but a teacher who inspired, who cared, who made every child feel special. One day, a little girl sat in his classroom, looking lost and confused. Liam knelt beside her and asked, "What's wrong, little one?" The girl hesitated. "I don't know what I want to be when I grow up." Liam smiled, remembering the words of a wise doctor many years ago. "Then let me tell you a story." And so, the lesson of the best job in the world was passed on once again, from one heart to another, lighting up the world one person at a time. Dear listener, this story is for you. The best job is not about money, fame, or success. It is about love, kindness, and purpose. It is about finding something that fills your heart and helps others. So ask yourself, what makes you happy? What do you love? The answer to that question will lead you to the best job in the world. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more beautiful and inspiring stories. Let's spread kindness and love together. Thank you for listening. Red Heart.